Right here, at home. Protect your out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Let's do this. Man, we gonna do 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
See, we dream chase, cause that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for being here with us because we truly appreciate it. What's going on, Eagles Nation? Welcome to the Main Thing Podcast Presents. It's your boy, Mr. Owens. And after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What's going on, Eagles Nation? This is your man, Big Huss, the one you trust, bringing you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. We coming to you on a Friday morning, man. Go Birds. Hope everybody's having a great week. But we have a big matchup this weekend versus the LA Rams. Eagles come in 8-2. The Rams are coming in 5-5 after starting 1-4 and past 5 weeks going 4-1, leaving them at a 500 record. They're fighting for a playoff position. Yeah, I mean, we're continuing on the road that we've been traveling. We will have a playoff spot. For us, it's just whether to be position 1 or 2. The NFC West, for the most part, outside of the Arizona Cardinals, the rest of their division is 5-5. So we'll be traveling out to LA, stomp a hole in them boys. Eagles on the road are 22-9 under Nick Sirianni. This will be a big test. We're favored by 3. The over-under is 49. We got to go over there and handle work. But how you feeling about this Rams game, bro?
I'm excited for this Rams game. Like you said, they're 5-5, but their record is not indicative of their season. Like you said, they started off 1-4 at the beginning of the season and then turned it around and been 4-1 in these last 5 games. So I'm just excited to see how we handle this situation. Obviously, we're prone and accustomed to Sunday nights, to big prime time games. This is a very, very valid opponent. To see where we are, like you said, for us, it's mainly battling for the number 1 seed to get that home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But they do have a great core of receivers over there. They obviously have Matt Stafford. For those who aren't familiar, UGA product. Go Dogs. Played with the Lions for quite a few years. Still arguably to me a top 10, top 15 quarterback can get the job done. Sure. And they have a respectable, and obviously they have Sean McVay. Sean McVay is a very creative mind. So I want to see how our defense responds to the challenges that they have over there with Puka and Coop. But then also I want to see how our offense responds coming off of a not great week in our standards. Obviously seeing a lot of different fronts. I know the Commanders on Thursday night ran a lot of 6-man fronts, which they're not accustomed to doing, to try to neutralize our run game, because obviously a lot of people know with our success with Saquon and Kenny Gainwell and QB1's leg that they want to stop the run. But I'm just eager to see where we can establish dominance, establish the run, and then get the passing game involved. And like we talked off camera, because don't make this moment too big. It no need to make it bigger than what it is. We know the opponent. We just played them last year in LA. They have the same pieces, but I know last year is last year. It's a totally new year. But where we're going, I feel that we have a mission. We're going to come in here and make a statement and let everybody know that we're serious about this Super Bowl talk. We will be in New Orleans come February, Big Us.
Absolutely. 2 playoff teams fighting for their future. It's big. It's big. So before we jump into the offensive side of the ball, you know, some things we're looking for, whatever, I'm going to touch on this injury report real quick. So you have Britton Covey, who has his 21-day window open, coming back off a shoulder injury. He's been a full participant. Now, mind you, excuse me, this injury report is as of Thursday. This is Friday morning when we're recording this. They will have another practice today, so the injury report might look a little different. But as of Thursday, Britton Covey was a full participant coming off that shoulder injury. You had Nakobe Dean, who was a full participant with the groin. If you haven't heard the news on Bryce Huff, he'll be out at least the remainder of the regular season, having surgery on that wrist, which is I'm a lot of folks will say that that wasn't a big loss. In my eyes, it was. One, because it gave you depth, and then two, because Bryce Huff was starting to find somewhat of a groove within this defense. You actually started to see a little bit of life out of him. So once he started, you know, to really show a little something, it's kind of unfortunate that he had to go out with a wrist injury and have surgery for the rest of the season. You have Jalix Hunt, who will more than likely be his replacement's already been getting a lot of snaps. Expect his snap count to increase. But he was a limited participant as of Thursday. Jalen's been managing this somewhat ankle injury that he's kind of downplaying. I don't know how serious it is. It doesn't seem to affect him during the game, but he was a full participant on Thursday. Devontae Smith might not be a go on Sunday. We'll see how that goes. Still dealing with a hamstring injury that's been low-key nagging him for a few weeks now. Question whether or not might sit him down for a couple weeks so we have him come playoff. We don't want to further injure him and really set our offense back some. And then you have Milton Williams, who had left the Commanders game with a foot injury. He was a limited participant on Thursday as well. So not a long list. Most of these folks will play. Only one that's really up in question as to whether he might play or might not is Devontae Smith.
Smitty.
But now moving into this offense a little bit, now that we got off of that, man. Offensive side of the ball, man. What you looking for? What you want to see? How you feel? Holla at me, bro. What's going on, man?
Now you know how we feel, bro. We're defensive side of the ball type guys, but we appreciate the offense as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like we said, we haven't been starting off the videos normally as we have been. Us, we know start with no turnovers, mistake-free football. That's what I asked. I want us to come in with a game plan. I want us to attack the Rams. The Rams, as we give respect. They're a solid team, but their defense can be had. Their strength of their defense is obviously their defensive line with Jared Verse, who's actually in a defensive rookie of the year race. They actually have Braden Fisk, who I like at D tackle, who's very disruptive. Byron Young, and then they have the guy Bobby Brown, the nose tackle. He's real spacious guy, but what's it called? Their defensive line is one to be taken seriously. So I want to see how we execute at our mesh points. I want to see how we execute in our blocking technique and fundamentals on the offensive line. We have a superior offensive line. So I'm just eager to see how we neutralize their defensive line, because like I said, Jared Verse can get after the quarterback. Braden Fisk can get after the quarterback. They have a formidable line. Now where they can be had, again, their linebackers aren't strong. I know that they have a guy, Rose Boom. I believe he was Dallas Goedert's teammate back at South Dakota State, back when they played in college. And then we talked off camera, Huss. Their secondary, Darius Williams, Cam Curl, Cam Kitchens, Quentin Lake, Josh Wallace, who's actually a rookie. They give up a lot in the passing game. So we already know that they're going to come out and try to stop the run. We have obviously QB1 who can run with his legs. We have Saquon, who's been having a monster year, and Gainwell, who's coming in and doing what he needs to do. You feel me? So I want to see us again play mistake-free football. I want to see us go take what the defense gives us. Don't force anything. Don't try to play hero ball. Don't put us behind the sticks. You see what I'm saying? Like, make us in an advantageous position. Don't give the Rams any hope, because their defense, like I said, um, they rank, they give up 350.6 yards per game. They're ranked 23rd in total defense. They give up 223.3 pass yards allowed. They rank 18th in rush defense, and then they give up 23, well, basically 24 points per game. Now, one thing that I did notice while watching their film, they are a solid defense in the red zone. So I believe they're in the top. They're ranked actually not 11th in red zone defense. So that's going to be a battle to watch, because throughout the weeks, and for the most part on our offense, we move the ball in between the 20s like it's nobody's business. That's not an issue for us. It's getting down in the red zone, executing at a high level, and finishing the drive. Instead of putting 3 up on the board or taking chances of missing field goals, let's get touchdowns, and let's put these boys out their misery, man.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. You were honestly spot on with all your notes. This is a game where, like I said, the defense can be had. I expect us to run Saquon and run him often. This front set, like, the defense isn't a great defense. They're middle of the pack as far as even pass game, run game. We really should be able to do what we want. But to your point, I want to see us go out there and dictate. Take what they give us, punch them in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them really find any momentum defensively. And a lot of that momentum will come from that defensive line. Like I said, Jared Verse is having a great year right now for a rookie. 4.5 sacks, 6 TFLs, 2 forced fumbles, 14 QB hits. He is up, or he's the leading candidate for defensive rookie of the year right now. He's going to be a monster for some years to come, breaking fists. Like I said, their whole D line produces. But I don't know if they've quite seen the offensive line as dominant as ours, as physically imposing as ours. So let's make things difficult on them. Let's not make it easy. Run the ball down their throat, work our play action game, work our receivers, because the DBs can be had as well. I believe last time we played them, AJ snapped on them, had 2 tugs, went crazy on them. I expect Dallas Goedert for him to have a big game this week. They can be had. They're not doing anything really special on defense right now. I don't know if it's because they're more of a younger defense or what, but they can be had. To your point also that you brought up, I want to see how they play our run game. The Rams stack the box on 17% of their defensive plays, which ranks 24th in the league. That's not a lot, but I want to say maybe they load that box up a little bit more to stop that run. If they do try to go a little bit heavy or bring that extra man in, if that's the case, that means you more than likely have one-on-ones on the outside, and your receivers should eat. I would take A.J. Brown over any of their corners. I would take Devontae Smith over any of their corners. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are elite receivers. So offensively, as long as we play clean ball, finish in the red zone, because we have been middle of the pack somewhat with our red zone efficiency, finished in the red zone, we'll be fine. I expect us to put up 20-plus points in this game easily. Like I said, they're already giving up around 24. I believe we're putting up around 26 on average. We'll go over that. I truly do believe that. Straightforward on offense. Dictate, be physical, no turnovers. It is a simple, straightforward game plan.
It's clean cut.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Bro. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to overthink it.
Like you said, because to add on to your point, I believe Dallas Goedert should have a very big game. If we run post route concepts, and have the matchups on the linebackers, the middle of the field is open. Like we said, we watched the Dolphins game in totality when the Rams played them, and then just last week when they played the Patriots, we watched in totality. In the Dolphins game, I forgot their tight end's name.
I was about to say Gesicki.
But he had a decent game. He had a decent game against the Rams. But then I know for sure last week, Hunter Henry had a solid game against the Rams. So like I said, run post route concepts. Also, like we do like to do anyway, run Goddard and Calcaterra into the flats. When you run them to the flats, that makes the defense decide whether to cover the tight end or to cover the receiver. You see what I'm saying? So it puts them in a bind. So like you said, just be disciplined, know our attack, know our plan of attack, and just execute at a high level. Also, I know against their defense because they like to run a lot of 5-1 with Fangio's quarters defense behind the 5-1. So it's a lot of one-on-one matchups on the outside. So that's where we should involve quick game, because what they do is they blitz a lot. So their blitz rate is ninth in blitzing. They had the 5th highest pressure rate. So what they try to do is they'll disguise their blitzes when they come, but they're a big blitz team. Again, like I said, they run a lot of 5-man fronts. And then also I want to see if they're going to try the 6-man front, like we touched on earlier in the video. And if that's the case, we need quick passing game concepts. We need slants. We need hitches. We need to get the ball out of Jalen's hands quickly, out of QB1's hands quickly. Read, process the defense, see what they're giving you, get the ball out. You see what I'm saying? That's how I feel that our offense will be successful against the Rams on Sunday. But especially like you said, Goddard, I feel like he's in for a big game.
I believe he is too.
Mm-hmm.
I truly do. He's due one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, touching on the defensive side of the ball.
Ooh, our side.
Ooh.
The dark side.
Okay, the dark side. Okay. Hey, defense has to be dominant. Come out and continue to do what you've been doing. We're currently boasting, the number 1 defense in the NFL through the past several weeks. Flying all over the ball for over the field. Excuse me. Now, I know we touched on the Rams not being as talented or as good on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, now they have some weapons, especially via the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a week where our DBs will be tested. We'll be facing Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, second-year player, phenom. Both the receivers are built the same. They're both can catch the ball. They both excel after the catch. They both are phenomenal run blockers.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 receivers, outside of health, truly have no real weaknesses. They can kind of do a little bit of everything. So our DBs will be tested, especially our rookies. They both play inside, outside. They're interchangeable. Quion's going to have a big test. Cooper's going to have a big test. I'm interested to see how we line up and play them. Another thing that I'm looking to see is how Vic Fangio, the godfather of this defense, goes up and faces up against Stafford and McVay, who is a great offensive mind, one of the best offensive minds we have in the league as to date.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how we manage that. Now, the Rams use pre-snap motion on 82% of their offensive plays. That is a shit ton. That is a lot. Now, not so much this year, but if you want to go back last year, Super Bowl year, we've seen how motion has really confused our back end. And that's what they like to do. They like to move pieces around, give you a lot of eye candy, kind of get you off your spot, get your eyes wander where they should not be. We got to come into this game, be disciplined. Do your 111, know your keys, know your role, and execute. This isn't a game where we can come in defensively and have defenders almost trying to play hero ball, because they will scheme some up and get you. That's just what they do. They are very creative offensively. I saw some film where they had Puka Nacua in motion. He goes half motion and goes back, runs all the way across, runs back, releases through the B gap, C gap. I've never seen a receiver release through the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing things that we really have not seen. And I'm not saying that it's one of those like, oh, you're taking it back and should be nervous, but you got to know your job. You got to read your keys. You know what I'm saying? Do not do the most. And we got to pressure Stafford. As far as the passing game goes, it all starts to get in Stafford's face. If you leave him with a clean pocket, Matthew Stafford over the years has proven to be surgical.
He will dissect you.
Oh my goodness. Pick you apart left and right if you leave him back there with a clean pocket. I believe he's 36 years old. He's still spinning it like he was when he was a rookie. The arm talent is still there. So we got to get him off his mark. We got to dirty him up. We got to get him thinking and just hesitating a little bit. Just to really give us a chance. Like I said, clean pocket, it's not going to bode well for it. It's just not. Matthew Stafford, as you mentioned, he is still a top 10, top 15, really top 10 quarterback in this league. Still, Super Bowl champion. He is that dude. So, we got to be on our game. Now, we mentioned Bryce Huff being out, so expect Jalus Hunt to really step in and get more snaps.
Nolan Smith,
Brandon Graham, what's our Sweaty. Expect that to be that rotation, and their tackles can be had. Now, granted, this is an offense that only has given up 21 sacks on the year. Right now, they're one of the better O-lines in the league on paper. Take that with a grain of salt because we heard the same thing last week. We see how that turned out. But all the same, one of the better O-lines in the league right now. But our D-line is feasting. They're hungry. They're young. They're understanding the scheme. They're rushing together as a unit. So I expect us to rattle Bradford, get in his face. You know what I'm saying? One more thing, and it's probably one of the bigger things of the night, or focus points of the night, the defensive rookies. So you got, we already mentioned Jared Verse, leading candidate, defensive rookie of the year. He's having a great season. Well, we have our own defensive rookie over the year. Okay. And hey, shout out to you, LB, in Guantanamo Bay. Okay. My man is straight locked down. 300 plus coverage snaps, 0 touchdowns. He's the only cornerback in the league who can say that as of this year. The boy is straight like that. He's playing at an all-pro level. He shuts down a complete side of the field. I want to see how he plays in this game, especially versus this caliber of receivers where they have not only one, but two. I don't know if we've seen maybe outside of the Green Bay game where they had several good receivers who can kind of make plays. Maybe not of this caliber.
Bucks.
Oh, Bucks. You're right. I'm tripping. Bucks game. And we saw that game. He lined up across from a Hall of Fame receiver. Shout out to you, Mike Evans. Love you, baby. But straps.
Get your seatbelt back.
Okay. Sit down, sir. Buckle up. Get done. Okay. So I want to see how he plays versus these two, because these two are some of the better receivers in the league. But if we're going off what we've seen, I expect nothing less than what we've seen. And that is a lockdown stellar rookie corner.
Mm-hmm. Because you made some very, very valid points, bro. Like you said, we know what we're getting from the Rams. This ain't nothing new, bro. You got Stafford over there still slinging the pill, like you said, bro. Like as he was a rookie with Detroit back in UGA, when he was playing with the Dogs. He's still getting that thing there. You feel me? And then, like you said, they have Puka and Coop. Only thing that stops them is their health. They have all the tools and fundamentals to take over a game. Like we talked off camera, Puka went over 100 last. You see what I'm saying? Went over a bean last week. You feel me? Against the Patriots. Yeah, both. Matter of fact, both of them went over a bean last week. You feel me? So they definitely have a formidable passing game. Now their running game, I do like Kyron Williams. He's a solid back. But to me, he doesn't put fear in the heart of me, and I'm assuming the Birds too. You see what I'm saying? So like they have him, and then they have Blake Corum out of Michigan, who's a rookie, who's a hard downhill runner. But again, they're kind of similar to the running game that we played last week. They have the same concepts. They run a lot of pistol. So pistol formation, they can keep the same principles out of shotgun, but then also you add the element of a downhill run game. So they'll do a lot of like duos and counters. So when you have the downhill run game, you hit the hole faster, but then also you have a lot of cutback lanes. So to your point, Big Huss, on our defensive line, our linebackers, we have to be disciplined. We have to read our keys, play assignment, play sound and technical football, and make sure that we wrap up, because they're going to try to get the run game involved with Kyron Williams, because they want to give you what they're trying to do is hide their attentions in the run game. They're going to try to, like you said, move around with the motion, give you the eye candy and all that, start handing the ball off to Kyron Williams. But then what they're trying to do is set up play action behind you. So a defense that I feel that can neutralize a pistol offense is simple. It's nickel defense. It's simple. It's nickel, and we have one of the best nickels in the league in Coop DeJohn. You feel me? So I like our matchup there. And then, like you said, we have Quintanamo Bay, who should be Rookie of the Year, but it's a stats award, of course, and it's hard because with him, he's not getting as many opportunities now, with them not passing to his side. So, like we said earlier in the season, he should have got his picks when they came, but then it's kind of harder now because he's strapping everybody down, so he's not getting opportunities. But then, as opposed to Jared Verse, who's on the defensive line, he's getting a lot of opportunities because he's rushing the passer every play that he's
more
on
opportunity to make plays.
You see what I'm saying? To add to your stats.
Yeah.
But it is an interesting matchup. I'm excited to see both of the rookies play in this primetime game. I also want to talk about, in regards to the Rams, is they do run a lot of 11 personnel, meaning that they have one running back and one tight end. The Rams run 11 personnel 93 to 95% of the time, as opposed to the rest of the league running it 66 to 70% of the time. So obviously in the 11 personnel, the Rams like to use a lot of 3-by-1 sets, meaning it's 3 receivers on one side and 1 receiver on the other side, and a lot of 2-by-2 sets, which means it's 2 receivers on one side and 2 receivers on the other side. So what they're trying to do is get a lot of vertical threats downfield, and then also have a lot of crossing routes in the concepts. But like you said, let's keep it simple. The defensive line has to win. The defense, it starts with the pressure. It starts with playing for one another, like you said, playing as a unit, feeding off of each other, running stunts, games, twist, and even winning with 4-man pressure sometimes. You see what I'm saying? Because especially with us playing against Puka and Coop, we're going to have to drop some people back in coverage. We know that's their foundation. Their foundation is throwing the ball all over the yard. That's what they want to do. Stafford's one of them type. Usually, when a quarterback throws the ball 40, 50 times a game, more times than not, 9 times out of 10, you're going to take that L. You're going to take a loss. Stafford prefers to throw the ball 40 to 50 times a game. Stafford does not want to run the football. So we know that he's going to come out firing, slinging, and that's why we have to be disciplined. Again, like we said, the defensive line has to be a presence. Because if we eliminate the run game, just how we did with Brian Robinson last week in the Commanders, you put the ball in the game in the quarterback's hands. And this week is Stafford. Now, Stafford's a little, much more seasoned than Jaden Daniels. But the difference between Jaden Daniels and Stafford is when you get pressure on Jaden Daniels, he has some escapability. He's kind of elusive where he can get out of harm's way, improvise, keep his eyes downfield to make a play. Stafford, he's not athletic. Once you get to him, once you confine him and keep contained and funnel him into the pocket, Stafford's going down. Once you rattle him, you hit him, put him in the dirt, like Big Huss said, and get him off of his spot. Stafford will give you 1 or 2 of them things because he's a gunslinger. He trusts his arm sometimes more than what his eyes are telling him. So that bodes well for us. We have Jalen Carter coming alive on the defensive line. I feel once his motor starts going, the whole defensive line feeds off of his energy. They feed off of BG because that's the vet who's keeping that room tight and close because we all know that's a young room. We keep forgetting this. They're all in their early 20s. I believe the oldest
Not
person.
even just a young room, a young defense. We have the youngest defense in the league.
Exactly. The youngest defense in the league. But then I like the fact how we always touched on in the videos. We have a blend of youth and we have a blend of vets, seasoned vets who have done this before. That's the difference between us and a lot of organizations. We've had players that have been to the promised land, know the challenges that you face trying to get to the Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Playing in these big moments and on a big stage. So like we said, let's not make this bigger than what it is. We know that we can eliminate their run. Stafford's going to want to throw to Puka and Coop. So like we said, we need the pressure. We need hurries. We need Stafford to be running, get out of the pocket, get him off his spot. Because if he stands back there, he will pick us apart. But I feel that we're going to win with the defensive line because we didn't really touch on it. But their offensive line, we're going to keep it a bean. They're banged up. Their right tackle is banged up. Their right guard is banged up. Their left tackle, he's the only healthy left tackle on the roster. Everybody behind him was injured from what I saw on the depth chart. So it's like, and then their backup guard who took over for Kevin Dotson actually last week against the Patriots, Note Boom. He's battling and coming back off an injury. So that's the advantage that we need to take advantage of. We all know winning football games starts in the trenches. If you establish the trenches more times than not, you're going to come out on top. Around this time, going into the season where we're at three quarter mark of the season. Yeah, 3/4 mark. By this time, you need to have great quarterback play, you need to have great offensive line play, and you need to have a defense that can play. Right now, we have all three of those. We have all three. So like we said, because don't make it bigger than what it is. We know the main person to stop is Matt Stafford. We get him off the spot. It's great to be a dope receiver, but if you don't have a quarterback who could throw you the football because he's under duress, he's under pressure, what is it to have a receiver? Exactly. Exactly.
For real. For real. No, you spot on. You were spot on. Like I said, everything you said on point. Couldn't agree more. Maybe one of the last takeaways that I really had from this game, or one of the things that I'm hoping to see improve, because it's kind of been a struggle this season, is our kicking game. Special teams, hopefully playing in a dome, gives you an opportunity to gain a little bit more confidence in your kicking game. You know what I mean? Within these controlled environments, or this controlled environment, Shake has to get back on the horse. He has got to get back on the horse, get his confidence back. You know what I mean? Get those mechanics back, get everything back in rhythm, because we will need him.
Jake.
We love you, baby. We love you, baby. You Jake the Make, big dog. You know what I'm saying? You already know at some point, whether it be this game, next game, playoffs, Super Bowls, we're gonna be a NOLA, baby. Whatever it is, we're gonna need him at some point. So when your number's called, I need him to go in there, mind ready, leg ready, ready to go. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's been a shaky year so far. And honestly, it's not just him. It's kind of like kickers across the league. But we're I mean, we're really focused on the Eagles right here. But let's really get that together. Braden Mann, stay consistent, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know you had that little shank last week or whatever it was. Stay consistent. You've been good. Keep it up. You know what I'm saying? But I expect Michael Clay to have them boys ready. I don't want to see any missed field goals. I don't want to see any miss extra points. Yeah, I mean, when the number's called and you have to put them points on the board, let's go put them on the board. Because that's one thing that really can come back and bite us, special teams. So outside of that, though,
like you said, Big Huss, we need special teams to clean it up. We always preach on the Main Thing Podcast Presents. It's 3 phases of a game.
Absolutely.
Offense, defense, and special teams. You have to win special teams. When points are there and to be had, We have to make those field goals. We have to make those extra points. Like you said with Braden Mann, he just stay consistent with the punts because that's field position. That's momentum. You see what I'm saying? When you give a team a short field to work with, more times than not, they only need about 10, 15 yards, depending on where you punt it, to get in field goal range. So that's already 3 points right there. We're not helping them by trying to make them drive the field on us. That's the whole advantage of field position. If you get a good punt off, boom, they got to drive 80, 90 yards to score a touchdown rather than just driving 50 or 55. You see what I'm saying? But like we said, with Jake, we have the utmost confidence in you. I know a lot of people, we were upset that you missed the field goals, but we know what you've been through. We know what you have given to this organization. We know how many big kicks you have made for us, and we truly appreciate you. So we're going to root for you. We're going to pick you back up no matter what. You're part of the Eagles, so we're going to treat you just like family. Everybody is family. But I'm going to have to hit you with this, though. Just like the bodyguard, Jason Peters, said, hey, Jake, come here, man. In the Super Bowl, what did he say? He said, hey, no more. No more misses, man. That's me. That's me. I'm trying to be Jason Peters right now. Jake, no more misses, bro. We're going to need you, like you said, especially where we're going. We're fighting to win this division. We're fighting. Not man. Look, I ain't about to dumb this down. We ain't fighting to win no division. We're gonna win this division. We're fighting for this number 1 seed in the NFC to get to this bowl. We're going to need you, Jake. We're going to. All we just ask, bro, whatever you had going on, look, get your confidence back. I know it's easier said than done, but you've made big time kicks before, Jake. We know that you can. We know that you can do it, and we have the utmost confidence in you. But to your point, Big Huss, I feel Michael Clay is going to have these boys ready. Usually, we don't have to talk extensively about the special teams this much, but it is a topic that needs to be discussed. We need to clean that up because if we want to go to where we are going and will be, all 3 phases need to be working in unison. It needs to be all in totality, bro. Complementary football. Exactly.
Absolutely. That's really kind of all I have on this. Anything else you want to say? Notes, fans, family.
Yeah, well, as far as the notes, I don't have any more notes or anything more to touch on. Like we said, just be smart, play smart football, play for one another, execute your assignment, know your assignment. Oh, one big thing I forgot to mention, Huss, on defense, pertaining to defense. What I'm excited to see is the growth with us in communication. I saw a lot of clips where Quinyon, Coop, Zach Bond, Reed, everybody is talking. We've been saying on this channel, defense is communication. So I'm excited to see, especially in this matchup, our communication on the back end between our linebackers and our safeties, because that is going to be a major thing that we got to watch for. Because as long as we're communicating, I feel that we can neutralize and take care of the Rams and come back to Philly with a 9-2 record. You feel me? But that's something I wanted to mention. But yeah, because
No, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something, bro. But yeah, bro, like you said, to the supporters, man, we're always going to say this. We love doing this for y'all. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all truly from the bottom of our hearts for coming and checking out our content. We like we said, we're blessed to be able to share the knowledge that we have gained over decades of playing football and be able to share it and give it back to y'all. So like we said, man, just keep tapping in with us, enjoy and embrace this journey with us, grow with us. We truly appreciate y'all liking the videos, subscribing to our channel, becoming a supporter and part of the Main Thing Podcast Presents family. Also, keep commenting in the comment section. You know, we want to be more interactive and keep chopping it up with our supporters. And then always, like I said, just turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the team meeting in the Main Thing Podcast locker room.
Absolutely, man. For us, like I said, it's all about building this community. spreading the knowledge, spreading love, touching individuals digitally, wherever you are. You know, we're just blessed that you all come and check us out. Listen what we got to say. Give your opinions, whatever it may be. It's been a blast. We can continue to enjoy this journey. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for being on this road with us for real. It's like I said, Eagles family, it's been nothing but love.
That's
It's been nothing but love, man. Talking birds is what we love to do. We know y'all love to talk that ish too. So we out here. We out here for real, for real.
You know we gonna pop our junk, bro.
Yeah, man.
We stand for the birds.
You feel me?
And with that,
yeah,
because look,
score predictions. Don't forget
score
about
predictions. Score predictions. Good guy, my guy. You on it? Ooh. Before the score predictions, because make sure you go birds that like button. Make sure you go birds that comment section. Make sure you go birds that subscribe button. And make sure you go birds that Liberty Bell looking thingy, also known as the notification bell, so you don't miss when Swoop comes in with the Eagles news and updates.
For sure.
But yeah, bro, we had a little moment from our sponsor real quick. You feel me? Had to come in real quick. But yeah, score prediction. It'd be like that sometimes. Like I said, I'm not going to disrespect the opponent. They're a very valid opponent. They could potentially be maybe the 7th or 6th seed when it's all said and done for the playoffs. But they're not on our level. They don't have the same goals that we have. We have lofty goals. A lot of organizations can't fathom or imagine the type of goals that we have, or nor live up to the goals that we have. So with that being said, I feel like it's gonna be a clean game out in La La Land. You feel me? Enjoy the sun, enjoy the palm trees. You feel me? Enjoying the little SoFi. But I feel we're gonna win 31-16, bro. 31-16. And then after we win 31-16, you're gonna have to grab some Roscoe's chicken and waffles. What you talking about?
Hey, we out there.
While we out there, you feel me? Stop playing around.
Nah, I feel it, bro. I feel it though. I think I'm gonna go more like a 34-20. 34-20. Like I said, I ain't gonna disrespect them for real. Like they offense is legit, especially if they get some momentum. You have 2 dog receivers. Running game might not be elite, but efficient enough. You know what I mean? I like to do Kyron Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I expect us to full live take advantage of the defense. Like I said, putting up to a tune of 34 points, and that's whether Smitty plays or not. But I got him scoring 20 though.
I like that.
20.
I like that. Solid prediction, bro. And before we end the video, Hustle, one thing we did leave out: coaching, bro. The coaching has been phenomenal.
Hey,
continue to ride this way.
Before you, and the fact that we didn't have to bring it up, is a good thing, bro.
It's a great thing, bro.
Like,
it's a great thing. Whatever you're doing, keep doing, whatever you're doing, even if you don't want to do it. Do it. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Coaching, keep making smart decisions. Yeah. Keep coming with the game plans that y'all are doing. Keep coming with adjustments. You feel me? It's been such a blessing to have a coaching staff realize where their faults are and be able to own up to it and correct their mistakes. You see what I'm saying? Just being fundamentally and fundamentally and technically sound. That's where I wanted to go with that. Just being fundamentally and technically sound and knowing the situation. Situational football. Well, in their case, situational coaching.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, spot on. Like we said, the fact we didn't have to bring that up the past few is really a plus. It shows that we are growing as a team, as your coaching staff, the whole nine. To your point, hey, coaches, keep doing what y'all been doing, man. Y'all really been putting them boys and fellas in a great position to succeed and win. Just keep it up, man. Everybody handle your job, man. Coaches coach, player play. You know what I mean? It's a great mix,
and winners win.
Hey,
coach,
we do
coach
that.
Players plays and winners win.
Hey, we ain't gonna go too crazy, but they be talking about my boy Sirianni. He 40, 42 on 19.
42 and 19. Talk about it. Because they be trying to disrespect him.
He's a winner. He's a winner. You
Just as
got to give
QB
credit
won,
to winners. Come on, bro. They win.
they go hand in
You
hand.
always ask, what does Sirianni do? He doesn't do offense. He doesn't do defense. What does he do? He wins.
He wins. Just only
He
been to the
wins.
playoffs ever since he's been the head
Come
coach of the
on,
Eagles
man.
and won Super Bowl. Oh,
Come
okay.
on. Hey, most winningest coach in Eagles history, bro. The Bull wins, bro. At percentage wise, he wins. So give him credit, man. Give him credit, bro. Shout out to you, Nick.
Hey, look, Nick. If the outside media don't bang with you, you know we ride with you. That's
Come
all that
on,
matters, bro. Everybody that's a part of the Eagles, part of Philly, Delco, it don't matter. Bird gang everywhere, all over the world. We ride with you, Nick.
For sure. Just keep doing your thing, big dog. Don't listen to the outside noise.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, man, y'all know what's up. I go by Big Husk.
And it's your boy, Mr. Owens.
Hey, baby, this is the Main Thing podcast where we keep the main thing. The main thing. Straight up, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all have had a blessed week. We're going to have a phenomenal weekend, bringing home an Eagles dub out in LA. Like you said, y'all out there tapping, go get some Roscoe's chicken and waffles, man. I mean, bring me some back. I'm out of Detroit. Bring me some back, shoot. Straight up. I love y'all, man, for real.
Finish it, Huss. Go Birds. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Straight up.
It was I was gonna make a lot of money doing what I wanted to do. I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it. But you know what? I caught that bitch. Dream chasing.